Hello there, App Spy viewers. My name's Peter and I've got a hands-on video for you. This time it's with Driver Speedboat Paradise. Driver Speedboat Paradise is from Ubisoft and it is currently in soft launch, so consider this an early look. It is set in the Driver universe, that is to say the one with Tanner, if you know your Driver fiction. It replaces the concrete that you would have been driving around the cityscapes that you drive about from Driver series. It replaces them with underground speedboat racing, which is a totally real thing and totally exists. Basically you're trying to stop a whole bunch of people who are using this underground speedboat racing ring to deal drugs and blah 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 blah. The upshot of all of this is that you are racing around nice locations using the boost button like I just did, tapping left and right to drive around and so forth, like turn the boat left and right. There's also a brake button, but I haven't had to use it yet. And collecting these stars. So you're rated out of 5 stars. Each one is determined by what you do in the race. So under 50 seconds, do one jump, do one stunt, do collect a nitro, and crash only a maximum of 3 times. Now AJ, this is our guy who's helping us with sponsorships. GoldX, a new company, wants to sponsor you. They've just offered you 50 per hour. Now, I could ask for more money, but I've only got an 80% chance of that happening. And I will also point out the irony of this being an underground, illegal, shady racing circuit and then actual big companies coming in and sponsoring them. That's like my local Tesco sponsoring the people who do wheelies and burnouts in their Novas in the car park. Like, it's just not a thing that would happen. Anyway, so let's just say that narrative isn't Driver Speedboat Paradise's strong suit. So this is Palm Beach. I've got 9 out of the 10 stars that I can do here. But what I'm going to do is head back, and then you can see this little pin board. You can see all of the cool things, all the cool races, all the places you can go, Venice and Cancun, and there's a bonus stage in the Bahamas. I've actually unlocked Miami already, so let's go ahead and tap on Miami. And I've already done some of this stuff, so that's quite useful. But it's not just all about racing. You have to upgrade and improve your boats, buy new boats, and kind of upgrade the ones that you already have. So for example, Nitro, I need 1,000 of the cash, and then I need a certain number of these gold bar thingies and then silver bar thingies. You collect them throughout races, so I can't quite afford that. There's also a customization aspect as well. You can change the colours, you can put different decals on, you can put different lights on. So let's go with, I quite like the look of that. Oh no, that's going to cost me some premium currency, I'm not going to go with that. Let's go with this nice green. There we are. So now I've changed the look of my vehicle. So we'll pop out of this. There's also a lifestyle section as well, and upgrading your lifestyle amounts will give you cool things. So for example, let's go to the style shop. I can purchase actual proper things that are going to help me in the game. So for example, unlimited fuel. 1,500 gold bars, by the way, is about 50 or 60 quid. It's about $100. So there's that. But instead of doing any of that sort of stuff, you can buy houses which give you access to more style, and it unlocks different things that you can purchase. I can get a creator desk or a vintage arcade or a pool table. All these things are good. Different clothes as well. That helps me with my style. It unlocks different abilities. And you also get fans. And this is really the reason that I think that maybe it's just you play as a guy, because all these silhouettes are ladies and all of your fans have got real problems finding clothes that would keep them warm. I mean, look how she must be pretty nippy, mustn't she? It's night time and she's only got half a ball of string on her. Who was it NWA that said life ain't nothing but beaches and money? I think that was it. This game's got Facebook integration and so forth, so you can compare your times with your pals. Let's go and hang out with our lady friend on this time trial. You can race against other boats as well. I've just been choosing time trials just because I quite like time trials, and it allows you to kind of see the actual racing. When you're bumping up against some of the other racers. Sometimes you'll come off a little bit worse, sometimes you'll come off a little bit better. Sometimes you can blast through them, like if you hold onto the boost button, then you smash through them, a la a Burnout game. And then of course you've got these tricks. These absolutely ridiculous tricks. The game looks great, doesn't it? Like it does look pretty good. Whatever you want to think about the storyline and the fans situation and the I don't know, all of that stuff. It looks good, and it controls well. The water has a real effect on the way that you approach a stage, and doing cool tricks like this is quite fun. I'm playing this on an iPad 4, and everything seems perfectly smooth and lovely, and it's got some nice little effects like the light glinting off the moon, like that. And it's a hyper real kind of a game. It's not going for realism or anything like that. There's a topless lady there. Well, not topless. She's got a top on. But yeah, this is definitely going for the bros. It's definitely a wish fulfillment fantasy kind of a game. You see these blue tokens? I can grab those. They don't actually help me out in the game here, but what they do is they do allow me to upgrade my vehicle outside of this. So I've got one of those silver things that I would need to get the upgrade for more boost, or whatever it is. Come on, let's go. One of the other things that the game's not brilliant at is telling you some of its things. So that blue icon thing, like I learned that through play. I don't think the game specifically and explicitly tells you in a cutscene or anything like that. I think maybe it's in like a tip, or one of those mid-screen loading tip things. I think maybe it's in that, but yeah, it's not brilliant at doing that sort of stuff. And it also doesn't tell you that you can drift behind opponents for extra speed, so you can, or is it drifting or drafting? I think it's drafting, where basically you get behind an opponent and you go faster because you aren't going up against the wind resistance. Now let's do a very quick classic race. We could also do escape. I've come up against escape things where effectively it's if you get if you're in last, then you get knocked out. So you might also have noticed that there was an energy, like a fuel bar at the top. This thing allows you to play for about 4 or 5 races before it sort of boots you and says, you could give some money now or whatever. So there's an energy system in here. If that's not a thing you're a fan of, then that's worth considering. Like I say, this is in soft launch, so things are subject to change. I like the way that the game plays at the moment. Oh, here we go. Oh. I like the way that the game plays at the moment, and I quite like the idea that Driver is going in a different direction, and so on. The narrative is baloney, and the treatment of ladies is not fantastic either. But the actual core racing is pretty good. The opponents are a bit dumb, and a little bit. There's a little bit of grind to be getting on with as well. You will have to go back to previous stages and play. This is Driver Speedboat Paradise. It is currently in soft launch, and we expect that it will come out sometime in 2015. Let me know what you're thinking about it in the comments section. This is Peter with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.